Good morning children, welcome to class 5 social studies. So we are going to the fourth lesson children, weather and climate. So in the last video we saw about what is weather and what is climate. So what are the factors influencing the weather. Okay, so in today's video we are going to see about the factors affecting climate children. Okay. So, different parts of the earth will have different climate children. Okay. So, in the northern hemisphere, a different climate with the compared to southern hemisphere. So, the movement of the earth and the sun's rays, how it is falling on the earth depends on that only children, and the revolution of the earth around the sun. So, this causes seasons and all. So, you would have read in the last lesson. So, here the factors affecting climate are 6 points are there children. Okay, one by one we will see. So, first one is distance from the equator, altitude, distance from the sea, direction of the wind, humidity, ocean currents. Okay, what are the factors? Once again I will read. Distance from the equator, altitude, distance from the sea, direction of the wind, humidity, ocean currents too. These 6 points. So one by one we are going to see. So the first one is distance from the equator children. So you could have observed the globe or the earth picture. Okay. So I have shown you the globe children, how the sun's rays falls on the earth, how it has been spreaded over the earth. So for the point distance from the equator children. So I will show you in the textbook children. Distance from the equator. See, imagine children, the earth is rotating like this. Okay, the earth is rotating like this. The yellow color part is the sun's rays children falling on the earth. So observe, we know that the equator is the greater circle which divides the earth into two equal parts. So it is at the center children. So what happens, the sun's rays is maximum at the equator, whereas near the poles, northern pole and the southern pole, the sun's rays are received less children. Okay, so what happens, as the sun's rays it is closer. Okay, so what happens, it covers a shorter distance and it spreads over a small area children. Okay, so that's why this equator place, okay, that will be very hot, whereas near the poles it will be cold children. Okay, so observe the sunlight children near the poles. So it has to reach a longer distance children. It has to reach a longer distance and the sun's rays spread over a large area. See, observe this large area. This part is equator, but near the poles the sun's rays spread over a large area children. Okay, so because of this you get a different climate children. So in the north pole and the south pole, most of the time it is covered with snow children, as they don't get the sunlight more. Okay, then next one, altitude children. Altitude is the height. Okay, you could have observed children when you go visit a hill station or a mountain. When you climb a mountain, when you go higher and higher, the temperature drops down children. Okay, you feel very cold. Okay, that's why during summer time we go for visiting the hill stations children. That case will be cool and pleasant. Okay, so we visit the hill stations. And one more point is, see children, think about the Himalayas. Okay, so we are living in plains, so we have a little hotter climate. Whereas imagine when you go climbing up the Himalayas, so the top part is all covered with snow children. So you will have a freezing temperature over there. Okay, so as the height increases, the temperature goes down children. Okay, as the height, okay, altitude is the height of the mountain height of the place. This place also we can take. As height increases, the temperature drops down. The temperature drops down. So that's why we feel cool in the hill station too. Okay. So that point only is given. Hill stations have a cold climate due to this height above the sea level, which is called an altitude. So how they measure the altitude, no children? See, sea level will be there. From the sea level, how much is the mountain height? Okay. So when you are traveling near the hillsides and all, you would be observing children 2000 meters above mean sea level, MSL, like that. Okay. Some on the stones they would have kept it children. Okay. So how we have the address or the prospect we are having, no? Like that, when you go to the hill stations, the height of that place will be measured and it will be marked on the stone children. Okay, 30 kilometer, 40 kilometer we are telling, no? Like that, the height or the altitude also will be marked over there children. Okay, mean sea level. Okay, 2000 MSL or 6000 MSL. So Himalayas and all, if you go, no children, it is nearly, you know that Mount Everest itself, it is nearly 10 kilometers height children. Okay. So the temperature decreases with the increase in height. So as the height increases, the temperature drops down children. The next one we are going to learn is the distance from the sea children. So most of you would have visited a seaside. So in Karnataka we have Mangaluru, then Tamil Nadu we have the Chennai, in Maharashtra we have Mumbai. So these are important cities children located on the sea coast. So people who have visited the sea coast know so how the temperature or the climate over there children. Okay. So these places are neither too hot nor too cold children. They will have a moderate climate. Okay. So when you go to Himalayas, you have a cold climate. No, it's not like that. So when you go to Rajasthan, it is a hot desert climate. So like that also it will not be there. So in the seaside, it is neither too hot nor too cold children. So here we are going to learn two things children. One is sea breeze and another one is land breeze. Okay, sea breeze and land breeze. Breeze means a nice feeling of the wind children, blowing of wind, breeze. Okay, we feel fresh when we the wind touches us, no, we feel coolness. Okay, so sea breeze and the land breeze. The first main point I will tell children, then I will explain. Sea breeze, that is the wind blowing from the sea to land children. The wind blows from sea to land is called the sea breeze, and the land breeze is from land to sea children. So imagine a sea coast children, like the places like Mangaluru or Chennai. Okay, imagine that place. So I will explain now how these two happens children. Sea breeze and the land breeze. First we will see the sea breeze children. Okay. So observe here children, land is here, the green color one, sun is here, this side you have the sea. Okay, so during daytime the sun will be there children. So what happens? The sun will heat both the land and the water. At that time the land absorbs more heat. Okay, and it warms up children. So what happens? The warm air in the land, you know, they will all rise up children. They will all rise up. So there will be a gap over here, no? Something has to be filled, no? We know all our surrounding is filled with air. So what happens? The air or the wind from the sea blow towards the land children during daytime. Okay, this is called as sea breeze. Okay, once again I repeat children. the sun's light, both the land and the water gets. But the land gets heated up quickly. So what happened? The air surrounding the land, no children, it gets warmer. So always the warmer air rises up. So there will be some air has to be filled over here, no? So the cool air, okay, compared to land, the sea will be little cool. So what happens? The wind from the sea start blowing towards the land, children, okay, and tries to make it cool. So this is called as sea breeze. It happens during daytime. The next one is your land breeze. So during land breeze, okay, the land will lose the heat quickly, children, okay, as it gets heated fastly. Like that, during night time also the land will cools down quickly. So what happens? The above the sea, the air is warmer. So the warm air rises up. So the cool air from from the land blows towards the sea, children. Okay, the cool air from the land blows towards the sea. So this process is called as land breeze. Okay, children. So take your textbook and understand it. Okay, children. Okay, in online class also once again I will explain this one, children. Okay. The next one is your direction of the wind. So you have seen, children, our India map. Okay, the rain bearing clouds, children. Okay, the rain bearing clouds. So we know that the clouds, no children, the water is stored in the form of ice. Okay, so what happens? Observe the clouds, children, when before it starts to rain. Okay, observe the clouds, children. In a clear sky, the clouds will be white in color, but when it before it start raining, observe the clouds are very dark. Okay, always in the cloud you will have the water, children, in the form of ice. So the winds will be carrying or moving the clouds, children. Okay, so the winds bring in moisture. They are called as rain bearing winds. So think about the India map, children. So from the Arabian Sea, Indian Ocean and the Bay of Bengal, this rain bearing clouds bring rain to the Indian continent, children. So this is called as monsoon. So now it is monsoon season for us, children. It is southwest monsoon. Okay, that's why we are getting rain now. Okay, so and one more place is Moise syndrome. Okay, we have discussed also. This is the place where you get the world's heaviest rainfall receiving region, children. So you have to pronounce it as Moise syndrome. Okay, Moise syndrome. This is the place in Meghalaya where it receives the heaviest rainfall, children. Okay, all over the world. From all over the world, this is the place. Before it was Cherrapunji. Okay, before it was Cherrapunji. Let us say in Meghalaya only, children. Okay, both are in Meghalaya. Before it was Cherrapunji, and now it is. This is Moise syndrome. Okay, this is the place, children. Okay, the next one is humidity. Humidity means the amount of moisture content in the present in the atmosphere, children. So our planet Earth has an atmosphere. What is atmosphere? It is the layer of air. So the air contains mixture of gases, children. In science you will be reading like oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, like the carbon dioxide, like that gases are present. So they form a layer of air that is called an atmosphere. Okay, so these wind bearing blowing over the sea brings in lots of moisture and make the climate of the coastal area very humid. Okay, Mumbai, Kolkata, Mangaluru, these places are humid climate, children. They have a humid climate. Okay.